cacophony of modern reality TV, where flashiness often outweighs substance. A 14-year-old girl named Lucy Thomas stepped onto The Voice Kids UK stage in 2018 and brought the world to a standstill. She did not choose a high-energy pop anthem. She chose Moon River, a ballad demanding emotional depth usually reserved for veterans of the stage. As she sang, the atmosphere in the studio shifted from judgment to reverence. It was not just a performance, it was a revelation. Viewers in America and across the globe watched the viral clips in disbelief, witnessing a vocal resonance and control that seemed biologically impossible for a teenager. This was not just a child singing. It was an old soul channeling a bygone era of musical purity, instantly marking her as an anomaly in a manufactured industry. The finale of the competition brought with it a harsh lesson in the mechanics of the music business. Despite delivering performances that were technically flawless and emotionally shattering, Lucy did not hoist the trophy. The loss sent shockwaves through social media, with millions of commentators screaming robbery. It highlighted a dark truth about televised competitions. They often seek a specific, moldable pop product rather than raw, uncompromising talent. However, this defeat was the fuel that ignited her legend. By losing the battle, she won the war for public sympathy. The narrative shifted instantly from talented contestant to wronged underdog, creating a fervent, protective ready to follow her wherever she went next, proving that a trophy is plastic, but legacy is forever. In a move that baffled industry insiders, Lucy Thomas turned her back on the glittering promises of major record labels like Universal. The standard American dream for a reality TV star involves signing a massive 360 deal, getting a makeover, and churning out radio hits. Lucy chose the road less traveled. She signed with Cavendish Records, a small, independent label that offered her something priceless: control. This decision was a dramatic gamble. In an era where visibility is currency, stepping away from the marketing machines of the Big Three usually spells career suicide. Yet, for Lucy, it was an act of artistic self-preservation, ensuring that her voice, not a boardroom executive's vision, would dictate her future. While her peers were chasing tick trends and drowning their vocals in reverb and auto-tune, Lucy doubled down on traditional excellence. Her strategy was radically simple and deeply countercultural. She stood in front of a microphone and just sang. No dancers, no pyrotechnics, no pitch correction. In the digital age of the United States, where authenticity is a rare commodity, her videos struck a nerve. She was not selling a lifestyle, she was selling competence. The YouTube algorithm, usually biased toward high-stimulation content, began promoting her relentless consistency. She became the quiet storm of the internet, racking up view counts that rivaled mainstream pop stars, proving that there is a silent majority hungry for music that has not been processed to death. Every singer attempts Hallelujah, but few survive it. It is the graveyard of vocalists, a song that exposes every weakness. When Lucy released her version, it did not just perform well, it exploded. It became a digital monument, amassing tens of millions of views and dominating playlists from New York to London. This was the moment she transitioned from a cover artist to a vocal interpretative master. The recording showcased her ability to take a song that had been covered to death and breathe new, devastating life into it. For American audiences, who love a powerhouse vocalist in the vein of Whitney Houston, this video was the undeniable proof that Lucy Thomas was not a fleeting viral moment, but a permanent fixture in vocal history. Behind the angelic voice and the crisp 4K videos lay a more turbulent reality. The video essay reveals the immense psychological toll of being branded as perfect. For a teenager growing up online, the pressure to maintain a flawless facade was crushing. This was not just about singing. It was about existing as an idealized projection for millions of strangers. The perfection trap threatened to consume her. Reports and rumors of burnout circulated, painting a dramatic picture of a young woman wrestling with the weight of her own gift. It is a classic, tragic American tale, The child prodigy squeezed by the demands of an insatiable audience, fighting to keep her sanity while the world demands she keeps smiling and hitting the high notes. To maintain her independence, Lucy had to become a content machine. The sheer volume of high-quality recordings she produced is staggering. Unlike major label artists who release an album every 2 years, Lucy was releasing studio-quality tracks and videos almost monthly to keep the YouTube algorithm fed. This grueling schedule required a discipline that borders on obsession. It was a high-stakes marathon with no finish line. If she stopped, the algorithm would bury her. This dramatic reality underscores the brutal nature of the modern creator economy. You are only as good as your last upload. Her survival depended on a relentless, exhausting work ethic that few understood, hiding the sweat and tears behind the glossy finish of her final products. The most perilous moment in any cover artist's career is the release of original music. It is the moment the safety net disappears. When Lucy released Don't Walk Away, the tension was palpable. With the fans who loved her for singing Memory or I Will Always Love You except Lucy Thomas, the songwriter, the shift was jarring for some. The classical crossover audience is not known for embracing modern pop ballads. Yet, this pivot was essential for her survival as an artist. It was a declaration of independence from the past. The success of her originals was not just about streams. It was a dramatic validation of her identity, proving she could create art, not just replicate it. Critics often whispered that while Lucy could sing in a studio, she lacked the X factor required for live theater, the ability to act, move, and command a stage. In late 2024, she shattered these doubts by starring in the musical in the West End. This was not a cameo. It was a leading role demanding emotional range and physical stamina. The transition from the static environment of a YouTube video to the dynamic, unforgiving world of live theater was her ultimate test. Reviews praised her transformation, noting that the YouTuber had vanished, replaced by a leading lady. It was a dramatic middle finger to the gatekeepers who pigeonholed her as merely an internet singer. As Lucy Thomas prepares for her massive 2026 European tour, her story represents something far bigger than herself. She is the prototype for the future of the music business in the West. She has proven that you can build a global empire from your bedroom without selling your soul to a conglomerate. Her journey is a dramatic disruption of the status, terrifying record executives, and inspiring a new generation of independent artists. She stands on the precipice of global superstardom not because a label decided she was ready, but because she forced the world to listen. She is the ultimate American-style success story, exported from the UK. Self-made, resilient, and undeniably powerful.